In this video, we're going to take a look at the search feature in the Style Builder. To access search, you can either go to the main menu, Edit, and Search, or you can go to the main toolbar and click the binoculars for searching. And what this will do is it will bring up the search dialog. Now, the important thing to note about this search dialog is the fact that the search doesn't occur inside of the actual CSS text. Instead, it occurs in each individual property in the CSS. To give you an idea of that, so what we're talking about here is if I go take a look at some CSS here, this bit of CSS is called the selector. This is the property name, and that's the actual property. So what happens is the search occurs on just these portions of text, the property portion of text, throughout the entire style sheet. So you're going to search this portion, and it's going to search this portion, and so on and so forth until it's gone through all of the properties in the style sheet. So if I could just go take a look and I type in Arial, for instance, and I do a search, what you're going to see is that it's gone through and it's found all of the instances of Arial in the style sheet. Now there's two ways that you can interact with this. The first is you can either do replacements or you can do selections. Now, if you want to do replacements, you just make a selection from this list. So for instance, I can select these two values, these two properties, and what you'll see is that this is the selector that was found, and this was the property where it was found. It's properties where it was found. There might be more than one properties if you're dealing with something like a color in a border. So for this time, let's just do something a little silly, like replace Arial with foobar in those two places. And what you'll see is we've actually gone in and we've replaced Arial with foobar, and it's now right there. If we go back and we do that undo on that, and we go back and we do another search for Arial, and we do a search, what you'll see is that we have the search criteria again. We can do unselect, and we can select those two in the list. And then instead of doing replace, we can just click select. And what's going to happen if we go back to design mode is we've actually selected both of those values. So we selected both page and heading. So the search by property in Dialog allows you to quickly search for various property values inside of your style sheet. Now there's a couple of other features just that should be pointed out. One is that you can match whole values. So for instance, if you want to make sure that it's only Arial and nothing else, you could check this, whereas all of these are found with multiple other font values. We have a little preview, and this preview is fairly smart. We'll figure out if it's a color and display it as a color. We'll figure out if it's a font and display it as a font. We'll do borders and sizes. And it will tell you what you searched for and how many matches you've found. As I pointed out, as I used before, you can use both unselect all to quickly access that. And you can also access this search from some other locations. One of the other locations you can access it from is from the Asset panel and in the Style Color. So if I click on a Style Color here and I want to know where I'm using that, I can just click this search value, and it's going to do a little pop-up version of the search, which I'll just drag up so you can actually see it. And what this is a little pop-up version of the search. So it's a little bit simplified, and it doesn't have the replace, but it allows me to quickly see where it is. And if I wanted the full version of the search, I can just click on this little binoculars here, and what you'll see is it's popped up. And since we're searching for a color, it's showing me a little swatch of the color there. Now, the other way that you can do searches is you might want to search the actual CSS text without searching individual properties. Instead, you want to search the entire text. And you can do that by going to the Code panel, and right up here at the top above the code we have a input and we have a little search button. If we go here and we type in, for instance, edit, we can actually start cycling through all the instances of edit in the actual CSS text. So the Style Builder allows you to do some fairly powerful searching inside of both the CSS code tab and generically in the Style Builder.